Is Amari still figuring out when he should fair catch it, when he returned it? Because I thought there were two in the game where I was like, oh, maybe he should have done, one time he fair caught it when he could have had room and vice versa, or am I wrong?
No, you're right on schedule. It's a process, and he's going through the process of it. We set up situations in practice where he goes through it, but it's nothing like that game day feel. If we reference back to the beginning of the year when we talked about rookie returners and the time frame it takes to, process, and his maturation process is coming along, and we're just going to keep coaching him, keep riding him. And we're excited about where he can go.
It seems to me like he's had a couple of good returns. They've been later in games. Does it just take a little bit? Like I think he had a 15-yarder.
Yes, it was a 16-yarder. As the game went on, he settles in. Our wind conditions here, as well as some other places we've been, has I think had a direct effect on that. That's why we try to get him out early, get catches going during pregame, which is key to test the wind, feel the wind, understand the wind. But not only that, watch their punter as he warms up, kind of stand in position where you can read his balls and things of that nature. So those are the things that we're doing to try to prep him so that we don't have that build up, but we can go right away.
I don't.
Bounce the one outside. Was that how you prefer to do it, or would you prefer he just take that inside? The one you had.
Each return has a return track, and we coached him on the return track. On that particular rep, he was kind of in between, to be honest with you.
Does he have a tendency of going wide when he should be going straight up the field after getting the ball? I don't know what I'm looking at.
The natural tendency for a rookie returner a lot of times is to try to catch a corner or catch an edge because, in college, quite frankly, you're so much faster than a lot of your opponents. So same thing you go all the way back to Little League. What do? Toss sweep, get to the corner and take off. So it's that process of understanding that we're in the National Football League and everybody's pretty fast. So you want to stay on that return track, hit the return where it's supposed to be, and maximize your yardage.
How do you coach that out of him?
Like I mentioned earlier, with types of drills in practice, like today we practice punt return, and just making sure and being a stickler for the return tracks, your steps, your eyes, who you're looking to cut off of, and things of that nature. It's the same thing that happens on, from an offensive standpoint and things of that nature.
Hey Mo, I think I mentioned this last week. I really appreciate how you explain stuff to us without condescending to us. I understand you also have to protect your guys, and you don't want to criticize them to us. So can you help me understand what happened on the missed field goal this time? Because for my untrained eye, it looked like actually the snap was pretty timely and on target, and the laces appeared to be kind of where they were supposed to be. And I just wondered if maybe after everything Mason's been through, maybe his timing was off or he leaned early or something like that.
That's a very good question, and I truly believe you answered the question. I appreciate your affinity for understanding what happened on that play.
So somewhere in my question, you're telling me the answer was.
Absolutely correct. I think you did an awesome job dissecting that.
Matt LaFleur acknowledged that he leaned a little bit and he wasn't maybe all that comfortable with everything that's been going on. How do you get Mason more comfortable?
Repetition after repetition after repetition in practice. And it doesn't necessarily have to be live kicks. We do a lot of mental reps, but you're absolutely correct. I tell young men all the time, they come here and they say, hey, practice makes perfect. Well, it doesn't. Practice makes permanent. So we need to have good practice reps over and over and over again so we can permanently, get to where we feel comfortable, in our operation and our timing, which you alluded to.
At US Bank Stadium for a noon kickoff, is there a challenge with the sun and all that when you're talking about your return guys trying to pick up the ball way up?
Well, I've been there before, and the times I've been there has not been at noon. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly how the sun is. We've done some research. We've asked people what that's like, but we truly won't know until we get there. So it's important that we get out, get those pre-practice catches and pregame catches and and try to fill it out. But that is a concern. That is something that we have looked at.